Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel and thank you to the new subscribers. I see that my subscribers have increased. Because of that, I need to reintroduce myself to you guys, and I know some of you know already that I have a child on the spectrum, but because of the new service, I need to get us acquainted again. As you know, or if you don't know, my name is Adiola Thompson. I have a son, 11-year-old boy on the spectrum. I started this YouTube channel talking about him. I started it for my own personal therapeutic purpose because then I had so many things, questions, and things going on in my head after receiving my child diagnosis, and I had nobody within my community who could relate. Anyways, fast forward, I stopped doing at some point and then I had to come back, and now on this channel, I talk about my internal monologue. I am always talking to myself, is the way I process things. So hence the name of the channel, Thinking Out Loud. So to the new subscribers, once again, I say thank you. I hope you'll be able to get one thing or the other positively from this channel. And I tend to upload my videos every Monday now. Prior to now, I normally do it on Fridays, but needs must, I can't meet up for Friday. So every Monday, I put up a new video. So let's go to today's topic. Today's topic, I want to talk about my son. Now, this is not my internal monologue. As you know, as I mentioned, I have a child on the spectrum. And one of the disadvantages I have, and I say disadvantages because of the societal construct, the norms, the narrative of what the society feels autism should look like. I am disadvantaged to an extent, and it's a positive one anyway, because I know that it could have been worse. My child is very verbal. But what people don't see is that the comprehension is still developing. Now, whilst he's talking, I know when it's script talking, I know when it's just being wrote, I know, and wrote is when he learns things. My son knows all the London buses, the trains, he knows it by heart. I kid you not, he knows every one of them. That he learns by rote. So to the layman, they will be like, oh my God, they are in awe. And I really appreciate that. I give God the glory, but it is what it is. So what I want to talk about now is the eating aspect of my son's autism diagnosis. As I mentioned, my son can mask. Depending on the environment, the only place you will find my child being his 100% self is at home. At school, my son will follow the routine. He will be the most respectful and all that because he will just follow everything that's been said to him. He is good like that, and I'm grateful to God because it could be the other way around. Now, him following the routine, that means he's keeping everything inside of him. He gets home and he implodes. I have to pick that up. It's what mom do, right? So I think I'm going to make this a series, and I'm going to be talking about every little thing that is eating with my son. For today, I want to talk about the issue of clipping his nails. To clip my son's nails, it's petrifying. I have to prepare myself mentally before I start it, before I even do it. And when I say prepare, it can take me a week. This is because my son would scream the whole place down, and the neighbors would think, or anybody would think, I'm hurting him. I would never do that to my child. I love him to bits. I love everything about him. But if you were to be outside and hear him the way he's going to scream, you're going to wonder. And by all means, yes, you will wonder, and you should wonder. So as a growing child, how long would I be doing that for? We tried all sort of trials and errors, strategies. And when I say we, I mean professionals. He had occupational therapists who would come into the house, not just for that, but for some other things. And one of those things we were dealing with at the time was the struggle I had with clipping his nails. My son's nails grows very fast. Every week, if I don't clip it, it's just going to keep growing. At some point, the toenails was beginning to have some discoloration, and I wasn't so comfortable with it. Before it degenerates to something bad. I just needed to like get on top of things. Another suggestion, oh, why don't you clip it while Sue's asleep? My son goes to bed 8:30 and he's still chatting to himself 12:31, singing, talking, going back and forth his room. So if he finally sleeps, I don't want to go through the circle again. Besides, he's a very light sleeper. If I pick his toes, he's going to open his eyes. So that is out of the window. What did I do now? After trying so many things like I mentioned, I got an arc. So you might want to try this. Probably if you're going through the same thing, this might work for you. For me to now trim my son's nails, because he loves his bubble bath, and I always give him that on Saturdays. So by the time he spends 20 minutes, depending on how far he's ready to stay in the bath, sometimes it will be like 15 minutes and he's up. We set the Alexa. Not that he knows the actual context of time, but we have to use the Alexa. So as soon as Alexa goes off 15 or 20, then he's out. What I want to do at that point is just dry him up and start using the file. Now, that is where the struggle is. Imagine having to file 10 fingernails, 10 toes. That does not take away the sensory, but it is minimal. The only thing you will see him do at that point is he will start. The anxiety is there because the way I get to see the anxiety, he starts repeating so many things at the same time. There's repetition. He goes saying, I'm not ready, and go. Then he talks to himself in third person, calling his name. Jojo, calm down. Jojo, take a deep breath. Jojo, I know you are in blue zone. Jojo, all those things. And needs must, because if I don't trim those nails, then there's going to be infection. So these are the things that the next person would not see. And how do I explain that? Anyways, welcome to my world. So I hope you get that right. So if you are going through that, one of the strategies I just mentioned now is for you to have a bubble bath. Give your child a bubble bath, not you. Give your child a bubble bath. When they are out of the bath, dry the toes, use your towel, obviously, and then use the file. Now, I thought I had the file with me, but oh, yes, this one. Yes, I had to use this one on each fingernail and toes. Now, that takes a lot of time, and what you need ultimately is patience. Without patience, you cannot be on this journey. I wish you all the best. I'll see you next week, Monday again. Bye. Have a lovely week.